Hey everybody, it's the Toy Duo team and we're back live. It's Saturday. Roll the music. Oh, you can't even hear it.
When you don't know what new is coming, but you
Okay,
fear
that's
you
better.
might miss out. Just sit right back.
Well, this way you can
Just
like talk
relax
over it.
and watch you listen.
Maybe I
The
should
Toy
take this
Duo team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't
impact
know you
shot.
needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle
I love it when a plan comes together. What?
on your shelf.
All right, let's take that out of here.
So hold on here. So let's pretend like Eric is B.A. Baracus because he's almost got like a little mohawk going. If you look at his image today, so then he could be Face Man, and then you're like the leader of the group, so you got to be Hannibal, right? So does that mean I'm stuck being Murdoch? Am I the crazy one?
I don't have any gray hair though.
Yeah, but you still,
All right, I was just watching that video and I was like thinking, does that big boa kind of feel like a Mattel figure? I think the boxing gloves or something make me feel like, whoa, what's going on there? Anyways.
YouTube moved the chat. What happened?
What? What do you mean YouTube moved the chat?
I mean, it's not in the same spot that it ever was. We've done this 100 times.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here struggling to try to find where to chime in on the chat.
Oh, really?
Where I usually see it, it's not there. And
it's underneath.
Yeah, it's on that. They sidebarred it, and it's all the way down at the bottom. I thought I was going crazy.
So it's not pulling up on the side of the screen anymore?
No, so I can't. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't need to see it. I can see you guys on the studio because I got a split screen. But like what I usually do, I can't do. So now I'm scrolling through the chat, but I can't watch the video.
That is crazy. Like, why would they do that? Let's see. I'm gonna go check.
Maybe that explains why there wasn't as many people in the actually chatting when we were on that last time too.
Yeah.
So everybody's messing stuff up. It's StreamYard, YouTube. They're all mixing things around. It worked fine the way it was. Don't fix it.
I know. Put it all back. Put it all back.
Yeah. What do they say? Don't fix what isn't broken or something. Right?
So it's kind of interesting because YouTube came up with like some new policy statement. They said that reused content or whatever, they made it seem like they were going to do away with you being able to like monetize AI generated content.
Yeah, I saw a big AI thing. Yeah.
But when they finally came out with it last week, it's basically nearly identical to what they already had.
Oh.
Yeah, so they didn't really change anything. So there's
Ricardo.
Nothing to worry about. Anyways,
Paul.
Ricardo's here. Paul Morales is here. Gary Grells is joining us. Jonathan is here. Gary, it's interesting because he's the reason I know that they have a Hot Toys Fantastic Four set. I didn't even see that all week until he said my wallet's going to be.
Yeah, I think Gary said he was going to try and get it. Yeah.
Did you miss it? I was getting blasted with that Galactus.
Oh, the Sofubi or whatever it is. It's like 6 points of articulation.
Yeah.
Crazy though, but that's a good idea in a way.
Yeah, I mean it avoids the problem with the joints.
Yeah, and hopefully, well, I don't know because Mondo does those Sofubis and they still charge like $300 or $400, right? So it's not like it's going to make it any cheaper.
True. Yeah.
Anyways,
how big is that going to be?
27 inches or something like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I got it in the slides towards the end.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Anyways, this week we'll be talking about the exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to talk a little bit about the HasLab because it seems to have boomed a little bit, but then got stuck again. That's why I get that stuck in the snow. You got that Rumbler that went on sale for basically the same price and looks like they sold out and went to wait list. So we'll talk about that kind of stuff. But before we get started, let's do the bragging camp. Does anybody have anything that they want to show off this week?
I might.
All right. Well, you can go first. Oh, look at that.
The Ramen Racer.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Wow.
I got Frank doing a drive-by in there.
Fred Castle.
Yep.
That
Nice.
does look really cool.
Oh yeah.
So you have
Sure.
you have a Legends in there, and he fits in there fine, no problem.
Yeah, I had to bend. I mean, I don't know if you could see it very well, but like it's a good scale, but just and you would have to do the same thing with a real car. I mean, if I got into a 69 Charger or whatever this is supposed to be,
Right.
I mean, I'd have to duck. So you do have to bend his head down a little bit to get him up. But the doors are nice and wide and open and generous. So I was able to just like get him. I reached in from this side to get his hand hooked onto the steering wheel and to get his head in position. I can't do it right now because I didn't get the battery pack. But if you guys didn't already know, I'm sure you've probably seen it. But the battery pack goes in here. It does have working taillights. It's got this one I got was the metal black. So it has it comes with you can change this out to the scoop or the shaker hood. So there's 3 hoods, 2 different headlights and taillights, and these do open up.
Oh, that is cool.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Yep. And then, like I said, two different sets of taillights. So you get the traditional Charger look, and then there's another one that's kind of blacked out that came with it. And I just opened it up last night, so I haven't gotten into all the accessories, but there was some other parts. I think it probably is for that hood with the scoop. So the engine you can change out.
Yeah. So you can stick that flame part. Yeah, that little.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like it.
I'm stoked, man. This thing is freaking awesome. It'll probably
I can imagine.
It'll probably be top on my display list for a while.
Have you taken it out into the driveway and drove it around? Have you went across the street, put it on the sidewalk, then got your camera and took a picture of it in front of your house like it was to scale, like to
do it.
Yeah.
What, if you were the passenger in the car, you could hang it out the window and record it as if it was driving, right? If you get the angle right.
Yes. And then the big wind flips it right out of your
We'll do it in a parking lot or something. That's pretty cool.
I'll doctor some AI images maybe.
All right. John, you got anything?
Well, I got my first blocky. Everybody has been talking about these transformer blockies, and I picked up the Star Screen because I found them for just $9.99. I was blown away that you can get a transformer figure for $9.99. So I was like, I couldn't believe these are so. Are they normally that cheap? I couldn't believe they were that inexpensive. And Soundwave is on his way. I got him as well because after building this, I was like, we got to get Soundwave. So they're, I would say, about 5 inches tall. They're not quite 6 inches, but the amount of articulation and everything on these, it just blew me away. And I started going, like the wrist twist, it's got the elbow joints, the hand joints and everything. And I just, and then like, if you shake them or do something, the lights come on.
The details are good too.
His eyes light up, and now he came in parts, so you had to put like the shoulder on, put the armor on the shoulder, snap the elbow joint together, put the blue armor on, put the hand on, snap this red armor on his chest and put the head on, you know what I mean? So he comes in
money by just not assembling the thing.
Yeah, he comes in parts. So it made me start thinking like, okay, wait a minute. If you can charge at least half price for it not being put together, then send me my damn Black Series and other stuff just in pieces, and I'll put it together if it saves me $10 or $15.
I mean, right?
Because I mean, every joint is here, just like in like a Black Series or something. It's even got foot rock, and you know what I mean. So it's really like, I mean, it's a little shorter. I think it maybe 5.5. I didn't measure it, but it is shorter than a 6 inch. But I mean, not by much. And it doesn't transform. It's just a figure, but I'm very happy with it. I love it. It's really, really good. The detail's fantastic. The posability, even
your
having
point,
a light inside. I mean, like who?
It looks like it can transform based on the like square
Yeah,
limbs.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You'd almost think it could. Yeah, but
Yeah, that is cool. I like it.
and the wings move. They can go. They have a little bit of movement and adjustments here and stuff. So it's really cool. And these little flaps on the legs move in and out even, so you can really get into dynamic poses with the legs way out or however you want to do it. And then the base is pretty cool with all these special effects on it.
It is nice.
You
You could probably use that base for other stuff.
and you can move those effects around. There's peg holes to put them in different spots and
They
everything.
look like they might attach to the other bases.
Yeah, they do. They clip together.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is actually two bases clipped together. You can do them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know,
That's what it looked like. It looked like you could.
yeah.
If you
You
get
do them
more
lengthwise or together, whatever you want. But yeah, but very impressed with these blockies. I understand why both the modeling community and the transformer community is going nuts with these because they are top-notch figures once you get them built, and they're fun and they really look good on display. I mean, there's a lot of, if you don't mind them not transforming, there's a lot of stuff about these that you could argue makes them better than a Hasbro toy. You know what I mean? So,
Sure.
Are they independent? Who owns?
It's hard to say. Blockies Champion is the other thing that's on there.
Just curious.
Champion Figure Series. Blocky, that's all I see. I don't see any other labeling as far as, I mean, the Hasbro logo's on there, but that's
I don't see any of the labeling, either.
Yeah.
I'm
But
wondering, like you said, I mean, what's if they can get away with that, what's keeping somebody from doing a Marvel Legends with not as many accessories, or you put it together yourself? Maybe it comes in 5 pieces or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that they do different scales.
They do, yeah. There are smaller ones that I've seen, yeah, and I don't know if there's big one, but it also came with this little tiny Megatron in robot in tank form.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Jonathan says it's different scales, various scales.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, there's different. I know there are smaller ones as well, and some that look more animated, or what do you want to call it, like chibi like or something?
I saw the little transformer.
You got anything?
Eric's going to show us what he got.
I've been embiggened. Well, the shirt is one. I got this Fantastic Four shirt for the thing. Also, I'm not getting it out, but right here I got the Doom helmet.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
That thing's cool. Also got the Legends Fantastic Four wave. The complete wave came in this past week, and I won't bother showing all that off because Vern's already done that. Check out his videos.
I don't have the Thing, and I don't have the Human Torch.
So I'll show those.
Yeah, those are the two that I'm gonna still try to pick up.
I like the packaging, the white and blue.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Cedar Stuff said he was impressed with those blockies.
Yeah. And then a couple other things. They're not necessarily new, but now that my back feels a little bit better, I've been unboxing some things that have been piling up, and I feel compelled to show these off. I got Earl Sinclair and Baby Sinclair. I'll bring him out in a second. I loved dinosaurs when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a great looking figure too. That looks really cool.
I'm a baby, gotta love me.
Didn't he hit them with a pan?
Not the mama. Yeah.
Not the mama. Yeah, not the mama.
Not the mama. Not the mama. So those are cool. They came with a boatload of extra accessories that I'm just storing in like a little bin. Cool. But
talking about your shirt, that's the RSVT.
Yeah, Roosevelt's.
Yeah. I saw them. I missed that Fantastic Four cap. It's sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get that cap. Nope. No.
I got the quarter zip too, but I chose to wear this.
Yeah, you gotta be fast fingers on there. All
Yeah,
right.
well, quick recommendation for you at San Diego Comic-Con. If you can get in line there and get some of those exclusives, you could probably flip those for a pretty penny. But yeah,
All right. All right. The only thing I picked up this week really was the Fantasticar popcorn bucket
Ooh,
from Regal.
Mhm.
I thought it was pretty
that
cool.
looks so good as like just a prop car. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I can believe
that's
that's
kind of how it scales with
Yeah.
with those 6-inch.
Your photos and
Yeah.
things I've seen look great with it.
yeah,
So yeah, so the thing is, like, I know like a lot of folks were asking about the room in there. So if you were to take your figure and kind of sit him down, you can see that he, it gets like right there. So if you put the roof down, there's still quite a bit of room in there, and you could probably get like a Barbie car or something like that and cut out
And build some
oh,
interior.
kit it out.
them
Yeah,
in there,
wow.
which would look pretty cool, and then maybe do some type of a control panel or something like that if you wanted to, right? I don't think I'll be cutting these windows out just because I don't think I would be able to get clear plastic to match the
Yeah.
forms, but
No, but it looks good just sitting next to him. We've been
Yeah.
closed up like
yeah.
that. It
Oh
looks
yeah.
fine.
and the details on it are just really, I mean, that little piece
You
came
hot
out
glue
and
it?
it's sitting over there. Yeah, I didn't glue it in yet, but
Okay.
all of the grill and everything just looks really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they did a really good job on it.
And
So.
it's
For a
really
popcorn-
trim.
For a popcorn bucket, yeah, that is
Yeah.
no business looking that good.
No, no.
Right.
Oh, and if
They
we're
didn't
talking,
price it like a popcorn bucket, but yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. 3D printing too. You got a 3D printer.
What happened?
if we want to
Oh.
talk vintage,
Oh,
I
there
did
you
get
go.
I did get a Tiger Force Duke.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Nice.
It looks like he's in good shape. Did you have to change the O-ring?
No. You know what's and here's what's funny. So I found like a busted Tiger Force Duke at the Joe Fest, and I went to try and get his parts, and I ended up winning this guy for. He didn't have his gun, but I had a gun lying around, so I was like, "Oh, I can just." So now I'll probably just trade or get rid of some of the parts that I got.
Right.
It ended up being cheaper to just buy a new one than it was to part them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
that's cool. I'm skipping the TV and movie news stuff just because I think there's going to be more other stuff to talk about. But here is the G.I. Joe HasLab. I was going to call it the His Tank, but it's the Snowcat. A couple of weeks ago was at 6,300. Then I'm going to take this down so I can see the numbers really quick.
Yeah,
Then
it was at
last week-
7,000.
Yeah, last week when we didn't have a show, I was preparing it and it was at 67. And then this week, this morning, it was at 7,069. So it gained around, 250 backers or whatever over the week. I don't think it's going to have any problem like backing. I'm just worried that like it's not going to be unlocking very many, all the tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about too. I at least want the second tier because I want the bivouac with it. And I tell you, man, it's hard for me if it doesn't hit the bivouac, like if it doesn't get that second tier. I don't know. It really comes down to how much money I have when it.
Yeah.
I want all
to
three.
pay for it.
I'm gonna be mad.
I want to believe that it's like it's too early to say. It's in
Yeah.
the last couple of days it's going to skyrocket, that type of stuff, and then next week I'm sure they're going to have it on display. So I think that will help drive some sales. People see it in person and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then I'm pretty sure social media will be inundated with like pictures and videos of the display, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, people will be talking to the G.I. Joe team and asking them questions about it and stuff like that.
I'm guessing they're going to have one there. So I think when people see it in person, even if it is not in a full 100% final state, I think that would drive some backers.
Well, Are there any rumors over any potential overlapping campaigns? Are they going to
I haven't heard
announce anything
about...
at SDCC for Legends or
So
TBC Black Series.
The Legends team said they were going to have some reveals and stuff like that, but they were holding off on stuff until the end of the year. So it's not going to be like big major announcements is what they said. They'll have some cool announcements, but they said they were going to be holding stuff back for later.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I mean, what would say Star Wars HasLab be? You know what I mean?
Well, they haven't even sent out like updates on the cantina.
Right. So I can't imagine that that's going to happen right away. And then, I mean, unless they surprise everybody with some Ghostbusters thing, but I don't think that's going to happen because they already did those glow in the dark dudes. Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at this. Cedar's talking about popcorn buckets. You know, if you have everything out of the back of this, you could slide or fill the back with popcorn.
That would be a good selling point at SDCC.
There's that spare part back there. The medium bag of popcorn would slide right in there. You know, so.
I just imagining if they decide, hey, let's do another live action G.I. Joe movie. There will be some popcorn bucket, right? That will probably be
Can you imagine
one of these HasLabs?
But can you imagine if there was another G.I. Joe movie and someone walked in with a HasLab as an auxiliary like popcorn bucket? That would be ridiculous.
Hollowed out. I was just thinking you could put it right in the back. Full of popcorn in there.
You could put it right in the back there.
Yeah.
With the Hiss tank, you could shove popcorn in the back, and you can use the little turret thing for your drink holder.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, so
we're hoping there's more Snow Joes. We could use Iceberg. Someone said the Wolf Driver. You know,
I'm not really impressed with the tiers on this, by the way. Not even the bivouac. I'm sorry, John. I'm just not that impressed with it.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, when I see it, maybe the setup will look a little bit better or whatever, but we'll see, right? We'll see. Okay, and then of course, the week before the Rumbler came out, it's also the same price as the HasLab. I don't think it comes with nearly the same amount of stuff, right? Because there's no tiers, but it went on sale and then immediately sold out the pre-orders. And now the only thing you do, what the heck?
I did that. My bad. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. And the only thing you can do now is the wait list.
Now, how many did they sell though? How many is sold out?
I don't know what their minimum amount was. I don't know how Mezco works.
Yeah.
Right. But it was free shipping too.
Huh.
So, I mean, I think that, I don't know. It looks pretty cool. But I said in a video, I think that I made a couple of weeks ago when they were announcing this, I almost feel like for $125, you can get that Valaverse thing. And now they have that like $30 add-on pack that gets you like a front grille and the metallic things for all the windows and stuff like that. And you could almost make this for less than 150 if you get that Valaverse Vanguard thing, right? It's not a Mezco, but same kind of armored vehicle in a way.
Yeah. But do those lights on the top light up? Like all those lights light up?
I'm guessing they do. I didn't really look that much into it, but Mezco always
it comes with little explosives, so you can make that explosion in the background.
Well, hopefully there's some explosives in there, but that's probably visual effects.
Oh, you don't think that's
some action figure photographer or something? I don't know.
It's got a driver, right?
Yeah. But I mean, like, is anybody here interested in that Mezco?
No.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, right? I only have one Mezco 112, and I'm like, I got that secondhand, so I'm kind of like, I haven't even opened it yet, right? I need to open it and see, are these worth getting and stuff like that. But the cool thing is they're always on display at Comic-Con. I know they had that one where the figure can sit inside of it. It was like a robot or a ship or something like that. That thing looks super cool. I never saw it go up for sale, so I'm pretty sure I missed that just because I don't follow all their stuff. But it looked really cool, and their displays always look awesome. I just don't like the soft goods stuff.
Yeah, That's a turn. Yeah,
All right.
it has its place, but not on some of those action figures.
Right.
Batman's cape, sure. Pants, no.
Pants, yeah. The thing is, like, because I had enough of those Migos over the years where like the fabric just kind of wears away and then there's a hole like in the tip of the toe and just looks funny that Spider-Man's foot's sticking out of one.
Yeah, that happens to my
you-
socks all the time.
Did you or anyone else pick up the Fantastic Four ones that
No,
relaunched?
I was so disappointed with that Spider-Man set that Spider-Man broke. I was like, not even.
Oh, the leg. It was the leg, right?
Yeah, and Migo never ever responded to any of my emails or social media requests or anything. Like I tried to contact them multiple times, and it's like radio silence. Like all of my stuff just went into the abyss. So I mean, customer service to me is a big deal for a company.
Yeah.
Jonathan saying $120 a figure is also all right. So moving on from that, next week is San Diego Comic-Con. Are any of you guys ever planning to go to Comic-Con, or has anybody else ever been to Comic-Con?
I went
Never
to
been, would love to go.
I only went that one time when Lego sent me. Long time
Okay,
ago.
what year was that, John?
Oh, like it was my second year, so I was there almost 8 years. So what the hell? Let's see. That would have been
Like
2000.
2018?
Yeah, 18 or something. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
I'm at
surprised.
800. I was trying to fill in the blank.
What? You were trying to do the math? I was going to say, was it last century? Because around that time, like, no, a little bit before that, because there was a time that you could just show up on Saturday and go up to the ticket booth and say, hey, we want 2 tickets to Comic-Con. And they would sell you 2 Saturday tickets. You would wander in.
Yeah.
And then it was around that year that
that was the same with Star Wars Celebration. It was like the first couple ones I went to, you had no problem going. They weren't even sold out by the time you went to the show. And then all of a sudden, one year, it just suddenly sold out in 5 minutes. And you're like, what the heck? Didn't do this.
So,
you know?
So
It seems
Prophet
like-
Sandy went 2007.
To me, it seems like the timing when San Diego Comic-Con got a lot more like global kind of publicity was around the time when Marvel Studios was taking off.
Yes.
To me,
So
so
Prophet
that's
saying,
like Iron Man timeline.
So Prophet saying 2007, and that's right, 2007. I'm looking at my souvenir book right here. 2007 is the year that they showed the Iron Man trailer in Hall H, or the preview. It was so awesome. And I got to tell you, that year we basically got out of the car, walked over the bridge. The panel was going to start at like 10 or something like that. Not for Iron Man, but for whatever. And we were like, hey, let's go to Hall H because I think Will Ferrell's going to be in there or something like that. And we just walked into the end of the line and walked in. And they handed us this big, gigantic like bag, like this big. And it had like 8 t-shirts in it, a bunch of posters, a bunch of pins and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. So that year, they used to do this thing where if you were an attendee, you could go to the next year's booth and buy your tickets for next year. And a lot of people would do that on site. Like if you were on site and you had your tickets, you were in the convention center, you could pre-buy next year's tickets. That would be the way to buy next year's tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And then after about, I think it was that Thursday or that Friday, it was like noon and everybody was like, oh my gosh, next year's Comic-Con is sold out. Like they sold out 2008 before Friday of the 2007 convention or whatever. And then they decided to do that online sell. And the first year was like a fiasco. I think that was the 2009. And then they kind of got it. Now it's like this really weird, like lottery system to basically be able to buy tickets. It's crazy to have like 10 people, you know, wanting to help you out. So I thought I would talk about Comic-Con a little bit. If you guys have questions and stuff like that, because there's stuff happening at Comic-Con and it seems like, you know, if you've been to other conventions, it's like, oh, this person's going to be here. It's going to be really cool. And we'll just go see them. Right. Because you can do that like at other conventions. Right. So this is basically the convention floor. And if you've seen video or pictures of the floor, you probably will only, like in that picture, can only see, you know, like 20 yards ahead of you before you can't really see anymore. So to give you like an idea of the scale of this, I would say that each half is probably a football field, maybe something like that, right? And I was joking with somebody,
But this isn't the whole thing. This is just the floor.
just the inside the convention center, the main floor.
Yeah.
So
Because
basically,
Hall H and all the panels are on different levels, right? In different areas.
so Hall H is on the side of the building.
Yeah.
It holds like 12,000 people or something like that, and that's on past this Funko wall, right? So you see how Funko takes up that whole area, and then you'll see like where Star Wars and Hasbro pulses right next to the Star Wars. Then you got Viz and Lego and all these groups here, and then you have Marvel, which is basically now just going to be comic books. And DC used to be across from them, but they've moved closer to Funko. And then like there's a couple of different ways to get in because there's doors at every single one of those letters, but you can't get in there until after they open. Then it's like all the doors are open to come and go, except for to like Hall H where you got to go stand in like a line. So there's a upstairs which has the same size footprint, John, but it's like both halves have rooms where they do
panel rooms and stuff.
Like
yeah.
And
don't they have like an artist alley in a different spot now?
Yeah. So
it used to be in here, but then now it's
it is. It's still here.
Okay.
So you see where Funko is?
Yeah.
Way over here, like on the left-hand side. I think this blue area is artist alley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then way on the other side are like the video game companies or whatever. So it's pretty big, and like, but the truth of the matter is, I can't walk back and forth all day long. You know, all day. I just get bored.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you are trying to go back and forth because for some parts of the day, because if you want to get like the free kind of swag from the big cheeses here, they're not just handing them out all day long, right? Like you got to be like walking by at the opportune time, and most of the time there's like a line, so you got to be there when they decide, okay, we're open, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, 50 people pretending like they were walking back and forth in the hallway, or all of a sudden the line type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a little bit of a madhouse when you get to that. So what they try to do to like quell it is they do this thing where they give you 12 credits a day. And then there's this like lottery system where, and I just took screenshots of some of the different things that are added into the lottery so you can get an idea of what you might want to spend your credits on, right? Now the credits is...
So even getting autographs in some
well,
spots?
this is all free. You're not paying anybody for an autograph if you get an autograph.
Yeah. But I mean, like Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee, like at other conventions, you just walk up to their booth and get an autograph.
Yeah, you're not doing that here. So you basically, if you put one credit, it's like putting one raffle. Yeah, it's like putting one raffle ticket in a bucket, and then electronically they just pull out the 50 people who are going to win his autograph signing for that hour, right? And so if you put your one ticket in and you don't get it, you just use your one ticket. So a lot of times, like this one right here, this Alien Earth signing, right? That's that new show, the new thing, Alien Earth, that's coming out. I thought I'd take a chance. I put 6 of my units in to try to win that signing, basically. And then I did like the Mattel Creations booth, and I did, I think, the Futurama and Bob's Burgers, and they're different days. So I was putting like 6 units, thinking, because you get 12 for each day. Okay. So luckily Hasbro's not in this year. So it's basically, that's going to be like a free for all, first come, first serve. So you add it to your cart, and then you submit it like you're buying a thing. And then after the drawing, this is what happens. You go back and look, and if it says removed, you did not win that signing. So I did not win one thing.
Wow.
for any of the.
Well,
any
then
of
what
the-
do you do with your 12 credits for each day?
No, they're gone. They're gone. It's like I got 12 raffle tickets and I could put them in anybody's
Oh, okay.
bucket, and I just didn't get picked. So I
Just didn't
spread
get
it out, and I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So that's
It sounds more stressful or just as stressful as trying to do Star Wars Celebration and getting into
Yeah,
the various panels.
Yeah, so
those
that-
And
lotteries.
when Lego sent me, they were like, I would show up there I think for San Diego, I showed up on Wednesday, and Wednesday night they unloaded the truck. These guys just brought pallets in, and we started building the booth. So we built like this top that went over it, put up all the big Lego signs, and then we started building the life-size figures and put them around. And when we were done, they just handed me tickets for each day, like the badges. Then we had a badge that I wore on a lanyard.
Yeah.
And it actually said it actually had like Lego
Exhibitor.
on the badges. Yeah, exhibitor
Yours always
badges.
said exhibitor.
And,
So
and then and then Monday, I think it was Monday night when everything was all done, we did a tear down and boxed it all back up, put it on pallets, and they put them on trucks and drove it wherever they wanted. But I didn't have to do anything for lines or nothing. But maybe it was just because exhibitors didn't have to do, or maybe they didn't have the lottery back then.
yeah,
did they?
so what would have happened is like there was a period of time where no, they didn't have that lottery back then.
I remember I didn't go in Hall H because the lines for that were so long that by the time I noticed where the lines were, people were like, we don't think anyone past this point's going to get in.
Yeah.
So I didn't get in line. I just walked around.
At that time, I'm trying to remember, but I feel like lines are typically done by a line person. So now they have volunteers that go do a line. So like where the booth is, there might be like 15 people lined up on the side of the booth to get in. But then there's a line break and a dude that stands there with a sign saying, "I'm the break." And then against the back wall somewhere is the actual line, right? And then they walk you through like the aisle to the booth, like 15 people at a time or whatever. When that 15 people clear, they bring up 15 more from the actual line, which is against some back wall.
Yeah.
It's a crazy setup. So it's not hard, but it's not easy. Like the cool thing about the signings is I'll still be able to walk by the booth and see all the celebrities. Yeah, and I'll be able to take a picture of them. I won't be able to take a picture with them. I'll be on the other side of a rope where the people that got the signing will be able to do it, right?
I know I got a couple of Star Wars people autographs when I was there. I'm trying to look at which ones they were. And it was the same thing with Celebration where the one that I went to, like with Lego, they gave me a couple tickets.
Yeah, so there's a different situation because like there's other booths though that have celebrities come to do signings. Like Alec Baldwin's going to be there. You can go get his signature, and all you got to do is you got to pay the $150.
Yeah, okay.
Right through that booth. So there are those opportunities where you can just walk up to people. And I think the last year they had the cast of like the 100. I don't know if you remember that show.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They all sat on a corner
together in the one. Yeah.
So the interesting thing is Eric George told me that George Lucas is going to be at Comic-Con for the Sunday panel in Hall H. Now, I will say that in previous years, Sunday has been the easiest day to get into Hall H. And mostly because the Sunday
maybe not with this one.
The Sunday panels are typically like used to be like Supernatural or the Sons of Anarchy would have their panels in Hall H on Sunday, right? Just so they could use the space. But realistically, this is from the San Diego Comic-Con blog, right? You can follow them on Twitter and stuff like that. They got a website. They're pretty good about giving you information on how to navigate through Comic-Con. So I just took screenshots of their stuff.
What?
The line for Hall H starts
That's so
2
stupid.
nights ahead of time.
That's so stupid.
Wow. So if you don't want to see anything else except for that thing on Sunday, you can get live.
So basically,
waste your entire weekend.
So on Friday, you got to be hanging around the area of the line of Hall H until that green flag goes up, and then you go jump in the line, and they might give you a wristband, or they might not give you the wristband, but then you're there, and you can typically leave, but you got to, if somebody's in your group stays, but you're camping out overnight, basically, right?
Now, if you got
multiple nights.
what my friends call effort money, and you can pay somebody to sit in line for you. Did you know
But
that?
if they're given a wristband, then you can't do it swapsies.
Yeah, Comic-Con supposedly is trying to defeat that by giving you a wristband.
And is
yeah, so that you can't be holding the space for somebody else.
Oh, that's messy.
And that's how they do the signings and stuff too. You go to a table, they give you the wristband for your signing, and you gotta like show up with your wristband on.
Wow.
And
the thing is I couldn't imagine paying for Comic-Con the whole weekend, paying that whole weekend pass of what are they now, like couple $100?
Yeah,
and then just standing in line for the whole weekend, not seeing anything else, not seeing a single bit of the convention at all, because I'm standing in line the whole weekend, and all I ever saw was that one panel at Hall H.
So that's the one good thing that
dollars to do it.
That's the one good thing that Celebration did a few times back, is they got rid of that for like queuing multiple nights ahead of time. I think the last one was 2017, where they had that for like that was around Last Jedi kind of stuff, when I think Ryan Johnson was handing out like donuts.
We
to
slept
people.
in that. We slept in
right.
this queue line thing.
But yeah, it sucks. The lottery system sucks, because if you don't get it, it's just a massive disappointment, if that's like your primary motivation for going to the event. So conventions are a weird conundrum for me, because I've only been to I've been to a couple celebrations, but it's want to go and see the like big events and whatnot, but also want to like walk around the floor and get whatever kind of exclusives or whatever, and check out the show floor. But it just seems more stressful than planning for a Disney vacation. It really does.
A little bit. Like when you're thinking like, oh, I want to do that, or I want to do this, right? It is stressful. And I'm going to tell you, like in this next part where it gets super stressful, right? Like, so okay, so setting Hall H aside, that will be like these big mega panels and stuff like that. But there's still plenty of panels and stuff to see, right? So
Resident Alien would be good.
Yeah, that's what I did. The smaller panels that you can kind of just walk into.
Yeah, so this is Ballroom 20. This is the next biggest, I think, panel room that they have there. So you'll get like a lot of the TV shows and stuff like that do that. They don't clear these panel rooms anymore, like between panels. Like if you're in there, and you can stay all day if you want.
You can squat.
Yeah. So what a lot of people will do is they'll realize, oh, nobody wants to go see this primitive war panel, right? And it's at 12, and I want to see this Gen V's sophomore year panel. So they might try to get in there for the primitive war and just hang out until that panel. And it's just a few hours.
Just go on Twitter for a while or whatever.
Yeah. They can take a break, charge their phone, whatever. The problem is, so this Bob's Burgers in the morning, if you wanted to see like, that's for Ballroom 20, right? Yeah. And then you start looking at like some of the other panels. This is still Ballroom 20. You got like, the Walking Dead guy, Daryl Dixon's going to have his panel. You have Predator Badlands. And then on Saturday, you have Star Trek Universe is having a panel. The Coyote.
I remember, do they still let you do this? There was some of the smaller panel. I don't remember if it was this room or not, but there was a guest star. Like I walked in and saw the girls from Star Trek at the one I went to. They had 3 or 4, like the girl from Deep Space Nine and a couple from Next Generation and somebody else. And my friend and I wanted to see it. And what I did is I walked in. We walked in the show before, like 10 minutes before it ended. And we just kind of stood up in the back. And then when that one ended and people were going out, we walked forward and got seats for the panel we wanted to see.
They typically don't want you standing in the aisles anymore. They want you to go sit down. So the ushers will try to help you find.
We stood against the back wall, like until the place kind of cleared out. You know what I mean?
here's where the cool part of it is about this panel. Like if you're with other people, right? Like I could go in a ballroom 20 early in the morning, and then say there's somewhere else I want to be, but like my buddy's willing to go sit in ballroom 20. I can get a bathroom pass, and with the bathroom pass, I just walk out like I'm going to the bathroom. I can hand it to my buddy. My buddy just walks to the bathroom door and goes back in with that pass, and then he'll sit there for the hour while I'm running around doing something, and then then we just text, and then he goes to the bathroom. You can swap out.
Yeah,
that's what I notice other people doing. So there's a whole bunch of
we did that. Yeah, we did that for Celebration 2015. I remember there was like 7 or 8 of us that got together by the time that met while we were there, that were doing that for all these different panels. And one of us or 2 of us would sit for a little while, and then someone would come relieve us, and we'd go do stuff, and then we'd come back and relieve somebody else for a couple hours, while we were waiting for these certain panels. Yeah.
So Prophet's talking about sitting through a bunch of panels, and we were in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
I sat through all the same panels. I remember they showed the pilot for that Bionic Woman TV show. The remake. So because action figure stuff, I'll put this up. This is basically the Hasbro panels, and
oh wow,
you can see that like at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday they're doing their GI Joe panel. At 11:30 they're doing their Marvel Legends panel. At 1 o'clock they got a comics, the Ultimate Muse panel, but at 2 o'clock they're doing a Star Wars panel, right? And then if you look down here, where is it? Crossing the Rubicon from fan to professional. That Ryan Ting's going to be in that panel. So that's the panel he's going to be in. Now here's the crazy part. These are not in the same room. So if you think you're going to the G.I. Joe panel and just sticking around for the Marvel Legends panel, you got another panel room to run to, right?
Okay.
Right. So
yeah, I would have thought they'd have a room for Hasbro if they're doing them that sort of back to back.
Yeah. I feel like they have a room that's geared more for like with some different Star Wars stuff, because I think they had like a couple of their Star Wars panels in the same room that they have Star Wars Black Series.
Not being toy centric, but like subject matter centric.
Yeah. And there's a lot of good smaller companies that are doing like panels and stuff too. That Icon Heroes that does those Zujitsus, they're doing a panel with the guys from from Four Horsemen and some other the Fist action figures, the guy from Columbia and some other groups so they're doing their own panels. They have their own panels and stuff talking about the pitfalls of making action figures or whatever.
Yeah.
And it seems, some of that stuff looks really cool. So if you're not waiting in line at Hasbro to try to buy an action figure or trying to get into Mattel Creations because they opened it up, because that's the second opportunity. You don't win the lottery, but at some time during the day, they'll open it to everybody, but the line will just be longer. And then you have more of a likelihood that whatever it is, the exclusive that you were hoping to get might have sold out for the day. Because they don't just like take all of their exclusives and then sell them until they're all gone. They set aside certain numbers for every day.
Yeah. Okay.
So that they still have on Sunday.
And there's 2 panels that we've had guests on my show. Gus Rios of Cold Slither's doing a concert there with Cold Slither.
Yeah, they're doing a concert at an actual event. It's actually sounds really cool. They're going to have exclusive posters and all that kind of stuff. And at the convention, they're going to be selling the LPs.
Yeah, the LP. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then Gus Lopez, that was on just this past week, is doing a panel on the Saga Museum for the Star Wars Collectible Museum that's working on with Stage Stand Suite and stuff. So
that's exciting.
Yeah.
That is cool. All right. And then you're not confined to what's inside the convention. Now, here's the best part is like, if you're in the area and you didn't get tickets, or say you got a Friday and a Sunday ticket, you could still just book 3 days and you can fill a whole day by just doing all of the activations and setups that are outside the convention center, because none of that requires a badge.
After party stuff too, right?
Yeah, the after party stuff too, right? Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this is a place that's going to have like Thunderbolts themed ice cream, right? That's kind of cool. And then They got the Spartacus thing where it's going to be the house of it's pedicabs, so you can ride these pedicabs around for free, like because it's all being paid for by stars or whatever. The Peacemaker is having this Peace Fest thing. It's going to be an outside activation. Now, here's where it's a little bit stressful. So to show up for like say I wanted to go to this, I would get there at like 7:30 in the morning and just start standing in line for something that's opening at like 10 or 11, right? Depending on if it's Friday.
Right.
Just so it's 3 hours of waiting in a line for like however long the experience is. But they did give people the opportunity to register for pre-sale type spots in line. But the thing is, the website's so messed up, couldn't handle the traffic, that type of stuff. And it's like within like 5 minutes, it's basically those spots are sold out. It's the same for the Paramount Lodge. It's all the other activations that did these like pre things. People were like on it. You know what I mean? Most of those went live, like, when regular people are at work. Like, I don't have access to my phone, so all the time. So it's like I couldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? So, so I couldn't pre-do anything. There's a bumper cars for the Twisted Metal thing. There's also tickets for this thing. It's Batman 89. It's going to be in concert. They're going to have like a live orchestra playing in front of the movie. So that's kind of a cool outside activity if you want to do it. I think that's going to be at Petco or right at the Petco Park.
Gosh.
Yeah, they got this Barbie like cafe where you can go hang out, get a drink.
It's all pink.
Charge your phone. But they are charging for tickets into this one.
Huh.
So kind of something a little bit different. It's all themed and stuff like that inside. And then, of course, Super 7 is setting up for their
Godzilla.
Yeah, they're doing a Godzilla theme this year. So there's stuff to do, and I didn't like.
Well, you guys, if you're going, you might get a chance to see the new. Is it -2? The new -1 Godzilla sequel.
They're doing a sequel. I didn't.
Yeah, with Rodan, I think.
Yeah. So they were. Somebody was actually giving away tickets to some secret screenings of the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
And I did not get a spot. I'm on a wait list for that, because all the tickets sold out and stuff like that. But apparently, I think they're doing more than one showing of it.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that maybe something will come up, or there'll be another opportunity to get it. So have you guys been watching the show Revivers on?
The one where the people come back to life.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so the star, that's I guess the Van Helsing show, right?
Yeah, and she was in the Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
But didn't she just die in the Strange New Worlds? Because I
haven't watched the new ones yet.
Yeah.
But that show's doing a signing, but they're giving away their wristbands outside of the lottery, and they're doing it like they're signing a Saturday, and they're like the first couple of hundred people that come to their booth on Saturday morning are going to be able to get a wristband. So then it's just a battle to try to be like one of the first couple hundred people to show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at their booth. And then you got to like strategically figure out, how am I getting to into that convention hall first for that type of stuff. And that's the game, right? You go to convention.
Yeah.
That's the game. So I just trying to like,
someone said earlier, like, why do you think that San Diego became the place to go when in some aspects, like I've made the argument before. I mean, and maybe it's because of the outdoor activity,
nice weather
surrounding it, that's made it considered to be bigger. But if you've ever been to, now granted, when I first started going to Emerald City Comic-Con in Seattle, it was not that big. It moved venues like 4 or 5 times through the years that I lived out there. But by the time I left Seattle, it was 4 or 5 floors of the convention center. And each floor of the convention center is about the size of a football field. And so there were vendor booths and like Lego and Marvel and Hasbro and DC and Dark Horse on one level. And then you'd go to the next level, and it would be that same thing again, vendor booths, and you'd have Pokemon up there, and this time Funko was up there, and whatever else. And then there was another level again with that many vendors again. And each one of these were football field-sized rooms. And then there's another one on the 4th floor. So it's like having 4 football fields of vendors and booths and stuff. And then there's an artist alley, and then you go through the tunnel to the other side of the convention center where they would have all the big panel rooms, and there were some panel rooms that held like 10,000 people.
I'm gonna answer the first question you asked about like why you think San Diego Comic-Con became like so big. I think it's twofold, right? Like the proximity to LA and the fact that all these big studios were starting to make these like superhero films and brought all that entertainment basically to the convention, right? With big stars. I mean, you're not getting like the guy who did a voice for something. You are getting those guys, but you're getting like the guys like Robert
You got
Downey.
the whole cast. Yeah.
But secondly, the location of the convention center is across the street from the gas lamp area in downtown San Diego. And that gas lamp area has kind of was revitalized at one point, like maybe 15, 20 years ago. And it's kind of a night spot.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? There's a bunch of great restaurants down there. It's walkable.
So it's the stuff around it as well.
It's right on the bay. You got like really nice seafood restaurants. You got the location right there. So when you need a break from being in the convention center, you're not walking out to a parking lot or an industrial area where there might be like a bunch of food trucks. You're walking out into like a business area that has nice restaurants and they all join in. You know what I mean? Like
where in Seattle, you're walking out to basically downtown Seattle. You're not
or McCormick Place in Chicago.
Center, you're not you're not walking into an area where you have to walk down the road and around the corner to go to another restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, because I know that WonderCon is like at the Anaheim Convention Center or whatever, and I think that that's more industrial, the area around it. They might be trying to build up stuff. But, like when you walk across the street and you go sit down at like something that used to be, that would have been like your regular restaurant, and now they're calling it the Sci-Fi Cafe that week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they've changed their menu and themed up or something like that. And everybody's got like a comic book menu or something like that. And like, or they're partnering with somebody, right? There's just so much stuff to do. And then all of the outside space where the activations and stuff happen. And then you got that Petco Park that's across the street that at one time they were doing that nerd HQ there.
Yeah. Okay.
And they had a whole bunch of stuff in there. So I think that partly it's what Eric said, I wouldn't say great weather. It's probably going to be a little warm next week. It's going to be in the low 80s with no humidity. So it's going to be hot. I'm just messing with you guys.
But it's like Southern California is like more predictable.
Yes. No, I'm just messing with you because I mean, that sounds like great weather, probably, right? If you're in Florida or something like that, and it's like
and most of the time when you go to Emerald City Comic Con, they usually do it in March, and it could be pouring rain every single day.
Yeah.
But to be fair to the convention, isn't it also like just one of the longest running Comic Cons as well?
Yes. Yeah. It started out was in the basement of some other hotel a long time ago. It was really a comic book convention.
Yeah, it really was. And just for all of them were either Star Trek conventions or comic book shows back in the 70s and 80s. And
I really think that year that they showed the Iron Man and when the studios started coming, it really just pushed everything over the top.
Yeah.
And then you get it bleeds into pop culture. You get like the Big Bang Theory doing episodes on getting tickets to SDCC and going and whatever, right?
Yeah, everybody's poking fun at it. It's just it's a crazy thing. I mean, like every year I'm like, well, if I don't get tickets, I'm still going to have stuff to do because I'm just going to wander around downtown, right?
That's what I should do one year then is just come out and see you and we'll wander around.
So,
but for swag, like the one that I was surprised with, and I don't know how you go as a normal person, but one year they sent me to
Yeah, I don't know how you go as a normal person either.
New
Yeah.
York. It sent me to New York Toy Fair. They sent me to New York Toy Fair.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying as a
And-
non-toy person.
Yeah, and
You
I
go
was,
as like a non-toy.
and
As
I
a
told them
non-industry person.
what's funny about that was my boss who went there every year to do the booth for New York Toy Fair and sell. You would actually have to sell product or show the new product and try to get orders. So you were kind of working that one, but she didn't want to go, and I was like, I'd love to go every single year, like send me every year, and they wouldn't do it. And I'm like, why would you send someone who hates doing it when you've got someone sitting here who wants to do it? But part of the fun about that was going to the other booths.
Yeah.
Because if you walked over to Hasbro, they gave you a bag, and there was 3 or 4. There would be like a Transformer in it, a Black Series. Now there's probably G.I. Joe Classified in the bag, and sometimes you'd get 2 or 3 of each line in this bag of free stuff. It was totally free.
Yeah.
And you'd go to Mattel, and there'd be like 4 He-Man figures in there, and some Barbie dolls and other things, whatever, all free in this bag that they would Matchbox cars or Hot Wheels, all that stuff was just bags. They would hand them just to everybody who's walking in, and they had these little behind the scenes spots where like you went behind a black curtain and you could see the stuff coming out later in the year, and you had to sign like an NDA saying I won't take pictures and talk about it and stuff, but at least you got to see these things before, because they wanted toy companies like Walmart and Target and other places that were placing orders to see stuff that was coming up later in the year, so they knew what they were getting if they placed an order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some cases it was before they would even announce, what was coming. You got to see it,
So I'm still baffled though, like with this whole like the press thing at Comic-Con, because the written rules are very, very strict, right? Like you got to be like working for an outlet that does news. You got to have like a published article within the last.
Well, they got stricter through the years too,
stuff like that, right? But then I see these guys that I'm like, I never seen where you posted anything other than your like YouTube channel, and now you're saying you got a press pass, and I'm like, they must have known somebody. You know what I mean? That's I feel like, and I'm like,
well, I was getting, because I knew a lot of the guys that worked for Reed Pop before they even took over like every convention when they were smaller. And they were just sending me badges to every single convention they were doing. And then as they started buying up, like I think they bought Celebration and they bought like New York Comic-Con and Chicago and stuff through the years. And as they started buying these bigger and bigger ones, my badges got less and less because they became more strict with their. They became stricter with their rules as time went on.
Used to be like the first couple of years I went, my brother could get like a professional. He got his professional badge, and he used to get like 4 extra badges. And then it was like, then it became at one point it just became +1, right? And so, and I don't even know if it's still +1 anymore for people working in the industry. But so in this section, I have some of the exclusives that some of the places are going to be offering. And we could talk about like maybe what some of the pitfalls would be.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So Hallmark's, of course, going to have that vinyl Cape Jawa
that
ornament.
No one's going to be able to get because there's probably only going to be 100 of them.
And then they got
every
this, like,
one of us wants that damn thing, and no one's going to get it. I didn't get the Sand Person last year. Never got it. Yeah, now I've just got the Darth Vader all by himself. So I don't. What's funny is, they would have me for every single one of these they made if I could have got that Sand Person, and it was easy for me to get this Jawa. But now, since I don't have the Sand Person, and I know I'm not going to be able to get this Jawa, there's a Luke Skywalker coming out that's going to be in stores. I probably will not buy it because I'm never going to have a full set. Yeah. So I just decided I'm happy with the Darth Vader, and that's the only one I'm going to get. Yeah. Because I either want them all, or I just want certain ones if I'm not going to get them all. And the only other one I would buy is Yoda.
I tried to go get that Sand Person last year, and it was one of those things like, nope, we gave out tickets earlier in the day or something like that.
Yeah.
But I found out last year how to get in super early, and it's just a matter of like waiting in a certain line for like 2.5 hours, right? So I might be able to get to some of these booths early enough to get like a ticket or whatever, but I gotta like figure out. I mean, I'm only there for 4 days, so I got to figure out
Yeah.
which things are the most
You have
important.
to
And
prioritize.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get into Hasbro first, just because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Everything could change depending on how I feel on Wednesday night.
The only thing I'd be like in for is any exclusive Yoda stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so Vern,
Yes.
I think I saw, and you may already know this, but I think I saw the Star Wars booth actually has the Hasbro Star Wars stuff.
Okay, I have to like look and figure out that out. Yeah.
Yeah. So just I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere where like Hasbro,
Hasbro was
Star
going
Wars
to sell their stuff somewhere else also.
I think their Star Wars stuff is in the Star Wars booth, and like the other Hasbro lines will be in the Hasbro booth.
Okay. That'll be something
I think they're right next to each other
than every year, but I'll have to research it.
Yeah,
figure it out.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere something.
So this Jawa is going to be at 2 places. It's going to be at the Hallmark booth and at a Star Wars booth.
Oh yeah, 3348. Yep.
So that they're going to have the Jawa at 2 different booths. One of them is right next to Hasbro, so that could be a possibility, right? Depending on how
3348 looks like the Hallmark booth, and then the other booth would be
it's the Star Wars one near Hasbro. Yeah. So then this is a mask, I guess, right? By Loyal Subjects, and I guess this is going to be like a Comic-Con exclusive, but it's going to be on pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. So it's like
I already pre-ordered it. Yeah.
Not really an exclusive. So not something I'm going to have to try to track down, right? Because it'll be available online.
But didn't someone get the Rhino already? I thought I saw a video on it on YouTube where someone got the Rhino and they said it was utter garbage.
I don't know.
Absolute crap. Like,
I'm not a big
to the original
person,
one.
so
yeah, compared to the original one, it was like utter garbage. It started making me wonder if I should like not do that order, because I ordered the lot. I was like, I'm just gonna get the whole damn set because it's cheaper to buy it in one big package than individually.
Yeah.
That Gandalf looks as much like Ian McKellen as that new Walt Disney animatronic looks like Walt Disney. Not very much. That's a bit of a stretch.
Anyways, I don't really know who these guys are, but like they got some exclusive figures. I thought I'd throw them up there.
That penguin looked incredible.
Kind of interesting. Yeah. I did the same company, it looks like, is doing this Superman and this Batman.
Weird.
Yeah, so they look kind of cool, but I'm like, I mean, I think you got to be a big Batman fan and want that Batman and Penguin, and then I'm not a big.
Why does the Penguin look so much better than the Batman though? They're not supposed to be standing next to each other, right?
They might be different scales or different types of figures, because you can see this guy's not like cloth and this guy's all clothed up. So they're just different kinds of figures. But Dan wants this Gandalf, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look that bad.
It looks good. I mean, it looks good.
I don't know. I just think it doesn't look. I mean, I can see sort of where they're going. It just doesn't scream Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
He's hard to nail. I mean, when you think of the Toy Biz, the Diamond Select, I mean, all of the ones that have been out there, I don't think anybody's 100% nailed it.
Yeah, but you're right. These guys are saying, like, well, wasn't the outfit even different? He was totally in robes, not wearing pants. This one's wearing pants.
Well,
PG-13 version.
Yeah.
PG.
All right. And then I guess McFarlane's got their Kingdom Come Superman. This is going to be the show exclusive. Supposed to be in their booth. Now, McFarlane has some signings also. And I think he also went into I think he was in the portal for like the lottery, but I think he's also has his own separate way to get his autograph on something.
But now, is he actually going to sign something that you bring in? Because the last time I saw
it's like
Marlin at a place, he brought a bunch of pre-signed stuff.
no. So I think that like
actually have
he'll
a
sign. If when I would read if I read what I read correctly, I think it's like he'll sign a Comic-Con item if he's signing, and he's got to sign that for free if there's like a signing, like if you bring your catalog or something like that, or your badge. But like an item, they want you to buy it from them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, something like that. And then of course it's like the price is jacked up.
Because one of the shows I was at, it's like he had a bunch of comics there of like Spawn and other stuff.
Right.
They were already pre-signed.
Yeah.
So you didn't know, like, did he do that with an auto pen, or did he actually write his name in on each one? You didn't get to see
it's still
it signed.
binding, right? Whether or not it was an auto pen or not.
I guess.
If he gave the authorization.
To me, it's not the same. It's like putting a stamp on something rather than an actual autograph.
All right. So these are the kind of the big, I would say I guess the big Hasbro Pulse ones, right? Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Star Wars.
Because you get that whole stand for the Obi-Wan Anakin thing, right?
Yeah.
Eric really
there's the other one.
John really wants the band, and I really want the Savage Land. And
but they're putting them up for sale the 24th, though, right?
Are they putting all of them or just Cold Slither?
Like I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
I saw the link for the Cold Slither, and I don't know which one Dan wants the most.
Did anybody else play Snap?
I didn't. I just want the figures because they're cool.
Well, I was just kind of trying to figure out what's the difference between, like, I mean, with the exception of the Rogue, we've seen the other two, right?
Right.
We've seen Sauron.
That is the Sauron Build-A-Figure just put in there with a different waist cloth, right? Right?
That's what I thought, yeah. I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong.
I have the Sauron Build-A-Figure, and I love it.
I don't have it.
It's an awesome figure. If I didn't have the Build-A-Figure, I'd buy this set just to get the Sauron. You know, because that Sauron is awesome. Yeah.
I'm going to be trying to get 2 of the Star Wars and G.I. Joe ones.
Okay.
I like Prophet. They'll be joining me soon. A band of fighters.
The thing is, it's like, what's the return? What's the cancellation policy on the Hasbro Premium?
There isn't one. I don't think. I don't think you could cancel a premium subscription.
So if I buy it on Tuesday and then can't make the purchase on Wednesday, I can't get a refund?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'm kind of surprised. My Pulse Premium subscription lapsed, and there just hasn't been any. There haven't been any new reveals. So I'm just gonna wait until right before this to renew the subscription.
Right. Yeah. So the
I didn't either.
I know. I mean, to me, I'm like, last year they limited you to like 2, right? But
that was 5. Didn't they have like for some of the
stuff? It was 2.
I can't remember.
It was 2 per person, and then what happened was on Sunday they basically like middle of the week on Friday or Saturday they finally said, okay, you can get up to 5. They changed it because they weren't selling out, and then on Sunday it was basically just like buy as many as you want.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I didn't go on the Sunday. I just stayed home. I was like, my feet were too tired. I hit like close to 30,000 steps a day, I think.
Yeah.
Because I was also walking in like 8 blocks, right? Because where I was parking at my son's apartment. I had to walk 8 blocks. So in addition to all the other walking, so it wasn't fun. But they also have these. You got the Beyblade. You got the 1999 through 2024 set. Who's wants their Beyblades?
No, but I imagine they'll be very popular.
Well, there's the Ecto Glows, but there's also the
car
Ecto Glow Ecto 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So these figures, I think, are exclusive to the convention. But
In the box set,
car,
right?
I think, is going to be online, right?
Yeah. Well, in that box set, right? Aren't they doing them
Right.
individually carded later on or something?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
know. I don't think so. I think it's only a set.
Yeah. So, what is Gap saying that I'm not paying attention to? What's that?
You're not paying attention to Gap, yeah.
That says postponed until next week.
Oh,
because this was last week's stream. I don't see it anymore. Gap. It was last week's stream, and I had to cancel. I had to cancel because I had to go put in a water heater at my rental property. So then I was having trouble with the electrical. I can tell the whole story. I mean, I was able to do the whole swap out in like probably under a couple hours. I thought, oh yeah, we're going to get this thing cranked on, going to have hot water in like 15 minutes, and I'm going to be heading home. And then no hot water. And then I kept checking the electricity. I pulled the wiring, made sure everything was right. I still had electricity, but I didn't have a multi-volt reader. I can only had the pin to tell that there was actual power. And then I was talking to the customer support, and they go, well, if it's your breaker, because, you know, those breakers can go bad. Half of them can go bad. And I was like, what? And then apparently, like, if it's the 2-part breaker, half of it could be bad and the other half is good, and you'll be getting power. You just won't be getting the 240.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ran down, bought a breaker, and that was a problem.
It worked. Yep.
All right. Sorry, segue, but you know, Gap was very interested. I had to explain it.
Where's the title?
What?
He said one of those stories where the title was enough.
Gap needed the explanation. So
Postponed until next week.
Ooh,
All right.
Prophet had a good question. What do you think would be the hottest? Maybe we should save that until.
Oh, that exclusive, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that at the end. Icon Heroes has got their Pounce exclusive action figure. They got these pin sets, and they had a hardback of all the comics that they've done so far. And I think Patrick Wings, he's going to sign the book if you get it. And he did do a short window pre-order, so you could pre-order it and pick it up at the convention, and that closed. But the Pounce was going to be 250 pieces. So I think I'm going to, if they're available, I think I'm going to get one when I'm there, just because he's the one guy with like the thing on the leg, the little pouch, the little logo on the leg. And he's having a contest where he's giving away like an actual gi. You just got to take a picture of yourself in front of their booth and then post it to social media, something like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. Here's a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Free
And
signing.
then what?
It said free signing at the booth. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna sign them.
Yeah.
Then here's some more, like if you like Godzilla, they had some pins and stuff like that. I thought these ones were kind of cool because they're kind of, to me, throwbacks, right, to kind of original Godzilla.
Well, it's the -1 when he had the train and the girl was hanging from inside that broken part, and then she fell into the water.
Oh, I thought that was like when he ate a train back in 1973.
Yeah, I guess they did that too, didn't they? Yeah.
Then you can go over here and you can get a miniature Stargate.
Wouldn't you be scared of that? I mean, like that thing's going to turn on, and next thing you know, your pencil's going to fly through the vortex and end up on
because it's only 4 inches.
So somewhere, yeah. All your pencil, the tape dispenser just sucked right through.
I don't know what I would do with a 4-inch replica of the Stargate.
I put all my GI Joes next to it, like they're going in.
3/4, right? You could shoot them over to ancient Egypt.
Would it work better with the mask figures? All right, so that's
yeah, I guess when they walk through, they're only about half size, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the mask.
I thought this was kind of interesting because this is a Comic-Con exclusive McFarlane figure, but it looked like it was being sold at the UCC booth. So it's like they partnered with McFarlane to make like this figure for them.
It's kind of neat that he comes with 3 transformations because Beast Boy turns into different animals and they're always green. So it looks like he's got a bat or something in there, and then a snake and a rat. So you can pretend that he's transformed into 3 different animals. And a slice of pizza, because everyone needs pizza.
Wait, Gap is saying that this thing is not $24.99. I got that from the San Diego Comic-Con blog site. So I'll check the price later and then I'll leave a comment.
Yeah, I'm seeing some higher prices too.
Some different prices?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I wonder if like at Comic-Con that's what it's going to be.
It's a Master Replicas? Wow. I didn't even know Master Replicas was still in business.
I mean, if that's $54.99.
Huh.
For the 4-inch?
Miniature. Hold on. No, 9.25.
Okay, so this one,
yep.
The miniature, it's a miniature Stargate that's 4 inches. That's the one that's $25.
Hmm.
Yeah,
so they have a 9-inch one then for $54.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That one you could put your McFarlane toys through.
Yeah. Well, 9 inches. Yeah. But it would probably scale even better with the GI Joes, right? Because the 3 3/4 inch GI Joes, because how big the Stargate actually is compared to like.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking. In the show, when people walked through, they were only about halfway up.
Yeah.
They don't take the whole circle up. Yeah.
One year they had a big Stargate at the convention. You could take a picture in front of it, and it looked really, really cool. I have a picture somewhere.
Isn't there a new show coming soon for Stargate?
I have no idea.
And there's a new Harry Potter series where they're starting over, which makes no sense to me. Like, the movies were fine. Why would you want to start that all over again?
Because the lady needs to make some money.
Money. Yeah.
Gap says no, there wasn't a new show. I thought for sure I saw something on. They're talking about doing another show, but okay, maybe not.
So this is a kind of an interesting thing if you're like into patches and stuff like that. They got these guys Con Rangers, and basically like these are patches related to Comic-Con. So you can get a patch saying you went to Hall H or something like that, or you slept overnight, or you know how many years you've been to the convention and stuff like that. It's just kind of an interesting thing. They've been doing this for a while now, and I always think about I'm going to buy one of those patches, but I never do.
Oh, you got to buy the patch?
Yeah, that's
I thought it'd be more fun if like you went up to the Con Rangers booth and they gave you like a satchel or something, and then if one of them saw you splurging on a dream purchase, they'd be like, "You win this badge," and they just handed it to you. Like,
yeah, no,
like they just had representatives around the convention like giving these badges out.
Well, for a few years, they switched to these RFID cards, like actual card, and it's like was the Walking Dead thing on it. And when they would send you your badge, they would send you pins and stuff, right? But then at one point, they just stopped sending those pins, and now they give you one when you pick up your bag and your guide or whatever. But yeah, they don't even send that pin anymore. Now it's back to this paper badge with the little security tag, you know, like those old tags they used to put on. All right, here's what I thought was interesting. This is, I think, not SH Figure Arts, but Evolution Toys or whatever is doing these Metal Gear Solid figures.
Yeah, I was going to say they look like Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts. I'm like, I know that figure.
It's very interesting to me because Valiverse at the DFW Con announced that they were also making Metal Gear Solid, that they signed some licensing deal. So I thought it was interesting that these figures get revealed, and you also have another toy company that's going to be making Metal Gear Solid figures. Yeah.
It's interesting that his hands can cross that way. Like I'm kind of wondering how that shoulder joint works because they're crossing awful far in front of his front end. You know what I mean? Like,
well, okay, so hold on.
Isn't it difficult to get both hands on a Jedi? You know
so
what
these
I mean?
these are like the evolution Super Sentais, and you can see they have that little joint, but they are like I call them like a cheaper version of figure arts or whatever, and you can see the hands will cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking like a Black Series Jedi is very difficult to get the even sometimes to get them to hang out two hands on the on the lightsaber, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, without really deep cuts and butterfly joints.
Yeah. So these ones will have butterflies or whatever in there.
Gotcha.
But they look cool. I mean, I assume they're going to be about the same size as that Super Sentai, or Sentai figure or Go Ranger, which is about the size of a Legends.
Oh, and they got the toe joints too, don't they?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, and then Fallout. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I remember this
time, or was this just some figure that got announced?
Yeah, you see the price though?
I bet it's expensive, right?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome looking, but
yeah, and then but it's in his 7-inch scale too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then Fresh Monkey Fiction's going to be at Comic-Con. They're going to be.
Look at all those accessories.
Yeah, they're going to be in the Toynami booth, and they're going to say, "Hey, come on by, show us your Big Bad Toy Store account. We'll send you the link to be able to pre-order this guy." That's their way of getting you an exclusive that you actually have to go to the convention to get. Now, I think they let people from some other convention also. It's an early bird convention pre-order, so not really an exclusive. So if you can wait, you can wait. But if you want the early bird, you can go in there and scan and get the stuff. Plus, they say they're giving some other stuff away too. So it's going to be worthwhile just to stop by and say, hey, like I'm interested in your guys' stuff or whatever.
That's a lot of accessories, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Then I saw today that Mezco is going to have Doc Nocturnal available as exclusive, and then I saw that this monkey dude is going to be available, and you can pre-order it to pick up at the convention. I think it's $125. There's only 350 of them, but it's the bloody variant of the monkey.
It's from the movie, right?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. It looks funny.
So $125, I think, is what it was. And then, of course, I just threw these in there. This is the Hot Toys Fantastic Four. I don't think these are Comic-Con exclusives, but they look pretty good. And then they announced this thing. This is a 27-inch jumbo, whatever they call it. It's like that soft vinyl plastic.
What's up, Roughshod? Good to see you.
Yeah, 6 points of articulation. Has anybody seen the price point on this?
No, that's what I was.
This is the first time I'm seeing the likeness of Ralph Ineson's Galactus, though. I wasn't sure if they were actually going to use his face, but they did.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I think it looks pretty cool. It comes with these like miniature figures too, I guess, to make him seem much bigger. But I'm imagining like that's pretty good for like, it is that bigger than the HasLab Galactus 27?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't remember.
30.
I don't feel like the HasLab's bigger because I think my 6-inch figure comes up to like not his waist. It's like only his,
I don't think that's a 6-inch figure. I think that's one of the Hot Toys that's like 12 inches.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So this guy is 27 inches, and I know that the Sentinel was like 20 something, right? And the Giant Man was like 22 or 23. So
yeah, this
like 34.
Yeah. Okay. So the HasLab is bigger. But still, that's pretty
Ooh,
good.
They want $450 for this Galactus, even though it's not articulated.
Oh no! Oh no! No, that's too much. I'm sorry.
It better be articulated for that price.
You could just go buy a Galactus off of eBay for less than that because they're just not
Sure,
selling.
yeah.
All right, I think that's.
You find that, Gary? I can't find it anywhere. Price.
So I don't have anything else, but like I know that they have that Galactus head bucket.
Dean's been going to like every popcorn, every movie theater every day trying to find that.
So they told me yesterday when I went and got my Fantastic car that they do have it. They said that the problem is they only got like 8 of them. So they're like, they're not going to sell that until next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. But they were like, yeah, but we got a lot of the cars. So the car is like will probably be around. If I go in there in like a month and they're on clearance or something like that, I'll probably get another one.
Get another car. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just see how that goes, right?
Just one extra one to try and mod up.
Yeah, I might try to mod this one anyways. What I was thinking about is like finding like a really cheap Bratz car or something like that, and maybe taking the seats out and cutting them and then fitting them in there somehow.
Out of curiosity, has anyone heard anything about that Super 7 ILM figure that ILM employees are getting? If that's going to be at SDCC or if that's even going to be for sale?
It sounded like that they made it just for employees.
Really? That's surprising that they do something that exclusive and not want to capitalize on it.
What thing was it?
It was I'll pull up a picture, Eric. I think you shared it. Because I found
funny, I saw
$500.
Yeah, I saw a post just in the middle of the night from an ILM employee in Vancouver on a Star Wars Celebration Facebook group. And then a few hours later, that same guy shared it with Yakface, and Yakface had shared it out. But it looks cool. I'd be in for 2 if they sell them, but maybe not.
Okay.
I just haven't heard anything. I wasn't sure if it was something that was going to be at SDCC.
Okay, so here was the image, and it says, super fun day. We got this figure resembling the Star Wars vintage 3.75 of the magician from ILM logo when Lucas created the studio.
Oh, the little, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, and then I found one that was on sale from Canada on eBay for like $500. Then I think I read Yakface post, and he was like saying they were designed by Super 7 or made by Super 7, but exclusively for employees.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
I think that's what I read. So that's kind of cool. I mean, like, that's why I looked on eBay. I was like, that's why I joked and said somebody at ILM's not getting paid very much.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine. I think that the hot seller convention exclusive, if you're just talking Hasbro, I think is going to end up being that Cold Slither. I think that probably has one of the most universal appeals. But I mean, when you talk about like everything together, Jaws is pretty big right now, but I don't know how big that like Jaws boat's going to be from Mattel. That Jawa can't be the #1 seller because it's the numbers on it are going to be so limited, right?
Yeah.
But it's so hard to say because we didn't cover like every exclusive out there, right? Like Tamashii Nation, Bandai, NECA.
Some of that is like relative to what you collect. I mean, like for some people who are like all in on Star Wars, that Hasbro Star Wars set's going to be the top thing to get. But for me, it's like I want the Cold Slither, and I know a lot of people who could care less about the Cold Slither pack. It wasn't their deal, you know. Even if they're into G.I. Joe, they didn't really ever liked that band idea. They thought it was hokey, So it's really, I think, dependent on what you collect and what you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I would have thought no one's going to go for that Puma cat thing. You know what I mean? And I was like, why would you, if you're a smaller company, why would you do an exclusive when you know everyone's going to be scrambling for the Hasbro and the Mattel stuff and maybe some of the Funko stuff? So they're not even going to come by to look at what you have exclusive because they're all worried about that. But then you were like, I might go there and check it out. So I'm like, okay, obviously I'm wrong. There's some people in our own group who are like, I want to go over and get that exclusive, So,
Well, the thing is, like, so with these Zujitsu guys, right? Like, they all have their like uniqueness, but he has like that one has like the logo on the leg, which is kind of cool. So it's like a little bit different. It sets it apart a little bit. I think down the line, right, it's going to be like those Karate Kid figures that they did, because they did Karate Kid figures, and some of them turn out to be like valuable, and some of them are just kind of like, nobody wants them. But I might talk to the guy and say, like, why aren't you doing like the Last Dragon figures or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we have a proper Jim Kelly, John Saxon and Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon, right? Like, we got a lot of Bruce Lee, but what about Jim Kelly? What about, why we should get some of those figures?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'd like to have Black Belt Jones.
I'm hoping the Hasbro stuff is pretty easy to get.
Is he still alive?
No, he passed away, I think.
Yeah, didn't he pass? So would his estate have to give the license then? For his
I don't
license?
know. Probably.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I have a VHS copy of Enter the Dragon, and John Saxon and Jim Kelly were both going to be at WonderCon, and I had tickets for that Saturday, and I was going to go up there and see if I could get them both to sign it. And then I skipped out on. I was like, I had something else come up, so I couldn't make it. And he passed away after that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And I always kick myself because I was like, man, I should have did everything I could to try to get up there.
Yeah. The happiest thing that I had was when I went to there was somewhere around here, like the guys before they did Cobra Kai, all three of them were together, and I went down there and like went to their talk. So I saw them do their talk, and then afterwards they were like, you know what, we decided we're going to hang around, and if any of you guys want autographs, Kelly's going to run out and get these 8x10s that we have. And they were like $40 for all three of us to sign one photo.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
We just had to wait for her to get. We had to sit around for like an hour after the thing for their manager or whoever they were with to come back with these 8x10s. But she came back in the room, and I was, because I called my dad and I was like, I don't have $40, but can you wire me $40? I'll pay you back because I can't miss this opportunity to get all three of them signed. You know what I mean? And then the other one was when I met Roddy Piper, because that was the same thing. I saw him at a show. We got the signature, and I think within like a month he had passed away after that.
Yeah,
it was like real close.
I mean, what the one thing about Comic-Con, like I will tell you that I just learned over the years, I don't stress anymore about trying to get into like a panel.
Yeah.
Or, right. Like,
yeah, right.
And if a line is longer than like 2 hours, I typically just pass.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I'm not spending 2 hours for like a 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
Or I'll come back or something like that, right? Like try to squeeze myself. And if I don't, then it's fine. Unless it's something I really think I'm gonna regret. That's the only time like I ever do it. And then typically it's like, what is the giveaway? You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
there you go. There you go. If there's a
giveaway's got to be good.
If there's even a giveaway this time.
Yeah, most of those activations and every, that when you walk through and do stuff, almost all of them have some type of the thing that they give you kind of like at the end, right? Like a giveaway or something like that. So you're not walking away from any of those empty-handed, which is, so you are getting something like for your time. It's just like, what is it? Could just be like one of those little bags that, they give.
Or those little posters that do the 11 by.
No, they typically like
They don't.
They will do that, but like that paper stuff, it's usually like a pin or a little coin or a bag, and then like Peacock does this thing where they rotate it, and like depending on the theme of the thing they're giving away, like they were giving away water bottles one time and like stuff like that, like those ones where you would carry like water and stuff. So, but there's a lot of opportunities just to like people just handing you stuff on the streets. So you're never gonna get back empty-handed.
Let me know when the SDCC stuff goes on sale for the tickets for next year. I'll try and convince my wife to let me go next year.
All right. Yeah. So they do 2 sales, right? They do the sale for if you've been this year, you get like a shortened like chance.
Yeah.
You get like a first chance, and then like then when they open it up to the general public, you can always go in there and get any tickets you didn't like. If you didn't pick up Saturday, you can go in to try to get the Saturday or whatever.
Right.
But this year I just got the 4 days, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't get preview night. And then on the Saturday, I just turned on my computer, and I didn't sit there, right? I just was like, oh, let's just see if it'll log me in. And I kind of was watching TV, looking at my computer on the table every once in a while, and I just never got in. So I was like, okay, I guess I just got 4 days, but it's fine.
I feel like if I ever get to go, I just need to go in with no expectations.
Yeah. You'll never be able to do everything you want to do.
Yeah.
That's
that I know from Celebration.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest things to like walk out going like, man, I did not see everything, but it makes you want to go next year, right?
Yeah.
But because I didn't have tickets one year and I did all the outside activities like every single day, when I'm in there, I'm thinking about like, oh, what cool activity is outside that I want to do. Like, so I'm trying to split my time now. Like,
Yeah.
And then I always try to eat for free. That's my tip. Eat for free.
Yeah.
Find everybody.
I get weirded out by stuff like this. I'd like to go again, like I said, and just come out and hang out with you, Vern, and just wander around and not really plan on any panels, just wander around. But the same time is like when I went to Chicago for Star Wars Celebration, I basically told myself that's the last time I'm flying anywhere for a convention because it was such a pain in the ass flying. It's never a problem coming home, but flying in, it's like I lost a whole day, I think. And then, and then we did this family reunion going to New York. Again, they delayed the plane from like 10:30 in the morning all the way to like 6 something at night.
Well, just think of it this way.
We lost the whole first day. Well, I had plans with my friends.
Just think of it this way. You gained 3 hours flying out here.
Yeah, but it took us all day to get there. I had plans with my friends from lunchtime on that got canceled. People took the day off of work to hang out with me, and the airline screwed it all up. And they're like, great, I could have gone to work and made more money than having taken a vacation day.
Yeah, but you know what? It's worthwhile.
You know, so it's kind of like I said, I'm only going to Star Wars Celebration the next time it comes to Orlando.
Yeah,
like that's it from now on. I'm only going to those Star Wars Celebrations that are in Orlando from now on.
And that's going to be a while.
People do it.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that they haven't brought it back yet. Like they picked Anaheim again, and I'm like,
no,
really?
LA, not Anaheim. That's the weird part. It's in LA proper, not Anaheim.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to try to go that time.
Because I'm like, now you've gone there like 3 or 4 times in the time that you've come to Orlando once or twice, I think. Yeah, so I'm like, you've outbalanced it, you know.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I think we beat that to whatever. And Dan's like, yeah, good, because I'm out of here. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully, we completely ruined your idea of what Comic-Con will be
No, but it'll be fun. The other side of it too is it's always fun to tune into their YouTube and watch this stuff live, whatever they decide to show you.
Yeah. Well, I think the Imperial Communique, just so you know, I think is going to live stream the Star Wars panel on his YouTube channel on Friday, so that you can watch that one live. I think he's advertising multi cameras like he did last year and stuff like that. And then I keep saying I'm going to go to one of these panels and I'm going to do that, but I hate live streaming from there. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time on the Toy Duo Team.
When you
Word
got
up.
an addiction and your shelves are overflowing. When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you
They left us all up there that we're all watching.
just relax and watch and listen. The Toy Duo Team brings you what you need.
Yeah, this is bad. StreamYard should let it out.
Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle.
I love it when a plan